Hey friend, have you heard that Stampin' Up stamp and die packaging is changing? If you haven't heard, we need to talk about it. If you have heard, we need to talk about it. Even if you don't use our products, I encourage you to stick around. I'm going to talk about some general organization tips for stamps and dies that every crafter can use. Let's get started. So let's look at our old packaging for a second before we start talking about the new so we see the differences. So our stamps have always come in these cases. For those of us who use them, most of us love them. We have the artwork on the inside, stamps in here with the two sheets of plastic. The dies come in a separate envelope, dies on the back, packaging on the front. Our dies have come in lots of different sizes of packaging, so I'll mention that because that is going away. New packaging. Here it is, friends. Envelopes. Envelopes for both of them. So some of us are going to love this. Some of us are not going to love this, especially at first. But let's talk about it because I want to give you lots of ideas for how to make this work for you. And like I said, for every crafter, how to organize stamps and dies and different ideas just to get you thinking about what might work best for you. So before we even start, I want to mention that this is an option. It is an option to take your new stamps and transition them to stamp cases. If that is your system, you love your system, we will be continuing to offer these available for sale. So keep that in mind. Now, some of you are going to try the new system and love the new system. And for those of you who love the new system, if you want to switch over old stamps, these envelopes will also be available for sale. So keep that in mind. If you want all of your stamps to be one way or the other, you have the option to purchase the packaging and switch them over. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about a couple of pros and cons. So our previous packaging, the pros in general that I see are one, we love that we could have these on a bookshelf and see what set it is, right? Just by looking on a bookshelf. The other one that I loved is that the artwork is printed on the inside. So before I put my stamps away for the day, we have my extra plastic here, but I look and make sure every one of those stamps is in place in case one like fell on the floor or who in the world gets stuck to my elbow, you know the things that happen. So those are the main positives I see with those. Here is the biggest positive I see with these. Well, one, we'll go with it. We'll go with this. They're all the same size. I love things that I do love that. And here's the other one. Let's put these side by side. I think I can get two stamp and two die packages in the same space as I can get one stamp package previously. So space saving is definitely a positive of this new packaging. I actually know people who hated the fact that our stamps were in cases. Okay, so those are some pros and cons. These new ones, if you're wondering like, are these going to fit on my bookshelf? They measure 5 and 5/8 inches across by 9 inches tall, so you can check that out. Now, I know many of you have bookcases that perfectly fit your stamp cases. For those of you, if you're going to switch over to these new envelopes and use them, my best suggestion would be to turn them and store them on their side, that they can go into those bookcases. They'll still fit just on their side. And this actually might make it easier to like flip through and see what you have. I'm going to give you some ideas for that, how you keep track of what you have. So we'll get there here in a few minutes. But just wanted to mention that if you have bookcases that are a certain size. So let's look at these real quick. This is one stamp and die set. We have the artwork printed on both. Previously, our die sets did not have artwork printed. So this is nice. I like this. We flip them over and you see the stamps and the dies, okay? I'm going to talk here in a second about something that I did when I got them because as I started using them, I'm like, okay, I like this, but how can I make it a little bit more useful? So one of the things that I was struggling with was this, is that the artwork is not printed on the inside of the stamp packaging anymore. So as soon as I realized this, I'm like, okay, I can fix this. I took my new stamps and my dies, I laid them side by side on my printer copier, and I copied them. So I ended up with sheets like this. Now you may want to do 2 copies, and I'll explain here in a few minutes why you might want a second copy. But I did 1 copy, I cut it, and I put it, there is one in the die set also. I put one in each set. That way, you know when you take all the dies off of your sheet and then you can't figure out where to put them back because they won't fit? I'm like, hey, I've got a picture. It tells me how to put it back together. So I did that with the dies also, but the stamps were the one I actually had the problem with. I took all of the ones off the one set. I didn't know how to get them back on. So anyway, here's my copy. I can line them up. And like I said earlier, I can just glance real quick and be like, yep, those are all there. It's safe to put it away so that I know I haven't lost a stamp. Okay, I have a few tips for organizing with envelopes like this in general, and then we'll talk about some general stamp and die organization ideas. So my first one is I was noticing like, well, I get these envelopes out and I'm not sure which one is the one that has my dies in it. It would be nice if I could just grab real quick the one that I know is for the dies and put them away without having to look. So that's what I'm doing with these little sticker tabs. You can get them at the dollar store with price tags. And I thought this will be really helpful. I can store them together, but I can easily see which one is for the dies. Now, which side you put it on may depend on how you organize some things, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Here's another idea. So I'm envisioning that as all of these are on my shelf, okay, they may be sitting up because I have space for that, or maybe they're going to be leaning to the side if your bookshelf isn't tall enough for these new cases. But I'm thinking like tabs could be really helpful sticking out to the side to be able to glance through everything you have and just figure out where you're at, what stamp set you're looking for. So I made this tab with a punch that we have that I really love. It's called the Keeping Tabs punch, but you can make your own tabs with just some paper that you fold in half if you want to. So I thought I would mention that. These would probably stick out to the side if you want to use tabs. And then one more idea is that I'm thinking, we'll see how this goes as I work through this, but I'm thinking I may want to store my stamps and dies rubber banded together. I'm actually considering putting them in the same folder so that I can see both of them in the same envelope, and then I can use the extra envelopes for old ones. But we'll see as I start using this how this works. But you may want to rubber band them together. That way it keeps it nice and handy which ones go together. If you do this, you may want to store them this way so that when you grab it, you can see like the stamps on the front and the dies on the back. Or depending on what kind of a visual person you are, you may want to store them this way so that you can see the actual stamps and the actual dies. I know a lot of times I really like to see those stamps with my eyeballs and see, is that size of that stamp going to work the way I think I want it to with the punch or the die or whatever I'm using. So you may want to rubber band them together. Okay, so let's talk about how we organize our stamps. So I feel like the two big options are to do it alphabetical or to do it by category. So the way I have 2 different stamp collections in my craft room. Can you believe this? I have the ones that are current that I use in my videos because I don't like to use retired stuff and then you be like, oh, I love that. Where do I get that? And me say, oh, well, you can't get it. So I use my current stamps for my videos. Those are alphabetical. And my retired stamps, I keep by category. So I have like Christmas, other holidays, seasonal, men, children, animals, thinking of you, just sentiment stamps. You get the idea. So I do those by category. So it would be good for you to, if you're not sure what to do, those are some places to start as far as how you may want to organize your stamps. And then if you want a way to figure out what stamps you have. I know a lot of you do this tip right here. This is, I did not invent this, but lots of you keep binders. So binder is one way to keep track of what you have and look through and choose what you want to use without actually having to fish through all your stamps and look at them. The other idea is to use an app on your phone. I know some people use Evernote. At a certain point, I think you have to pay for that, but you can take images, you can do search terms. I have a friend who is so organized, like every word in every stamp set is in there. So you can search for, like, I need a stamp that has the word apple in it, or I can search for something that's, she categorizes all of them. So like sympathy or like 50th birthday, it's kind of amazing. But here's an easy idea. When you copy, if you do this, copy your stamps and dies, and you can put these in a notebook, flip through, pick the ones you want. Sometimes people actually stamp them into a binder. You could actually die cut them out. This is a lot easier if you have access to a copier. But then you can sort these in your binder. You can put them alphabetical, or I would probably put them by category. So I flip like, okay, I need to make a man card. Let's go see what manly stamps I have. And then maybe I would probably do alphabetical on my shelves. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. When are these changes happening? They're going to be phased in over the next several months. So all of our new stamps will have the new packaging. Dies, new dies will have the new packaging. Old dies, I think mostly keep their old packaging. It's going to be a rolling change over the next several months, just so that you are aware of that. So at the end of my videos, we always talk about something related to life. Today we're going to talk about this. Change is hard, right? I do want to mention this quickly. I'm going to link in a video description below to another video I did with all kinds of organization ideas for your stamps and dies. So if you want more information, more ideas, check that out. Change is hard. Change is hard. So let's start here. I know what helps me to adapt to change is several things. One thing is trying to think about the ideas behind the change. Like, so why is this happening? Is this happening because Stampin' Up wants to take all your beautiful craft rooms that are so organized and change them to mess things up? No, of course not. Like, that's not why. Now, nobody told us why this is happening. If I'm guessing, I'm going to guess because it saves money. Am I allowed to guess that? I don't know. I could be wrong. But here's what I know. We're living in a world. How much has our world changed in the last 5 years? How much has our world changed in the last 10 years? If we think we can keep things from changing, clearly we're living in denial because a lot of things are changing. I would hate to be running a company right now, like a big one where people and employees rely on me. I'm the only one that relies on me, and so far that's working out. But if lots things are getting expensive, we know this. Like to keep trying to offer products, our prices have gone up some. Prices of everything have gone up some. But to try and keep prices reasonable, I know they're going to have to keep making changes. Companies been making a lot of changes behind the scenes that don't really affect customers a whole lot. But I know they're doing the best they can to try to maintain this company for you all who love the products and us all who love the products. So when I look at it that way, I'm like, okay, it's not my favorite change, but I'm not going to complain and I'll adjust to the new way. That's kind of the way I am in life. Like, I know that holding on to that thing I wish wouldn't have changed, that just makes me unhappy inside. So I don't do a whole lot of hanging on to things that have done left and said goodbye. So that's what I have to say today. I appreciate you. If you have ideas for how to use the new packaging, I would love for you to share those below. I'm also curious. I would love for you to give me a number on your ability to adapt to change. Tell me if you're a 1, like I do not do change. You're a 10, like, yep, I change everything all the time. I'm cool with change, even if somebody else tells me I have to change. That would be a 10. I would love to know what your number of ability to adapt to change would be. If I'm giving you a number, I'm gonna go with like a, I don't know, I feel like I'm probably like a 7 or an 8. I just kind of go with it and don't dwell on it most of the time. Depends on how personal it is to me, probably. When it comes to Stampin' Up and business and that kind of stuff, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Not my favorite, but we're going to move on and make the best of it. So thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.